I actually started out as a therapeutic rider. My husband was at a loss of what to do for my depression, my anxiety. I was in a pretty rad relapse. And I took my first lesson and fell in love with horses and riding and this place, Bubba. And my instructor at the time was Michelle, and she said, "Why don't you become a volunteer?" And I was like, okay, I'm on that. And I have never looked back since.
My favorite part about being around or with the horses is the horses themselves. Each one of them has their own personality. For example, for the horse I take care of, her left ear she loves to have that scratched so that it helps them calm down. So you can see that they relax and they're comfortable around you.
Duke is great. He trots smoothly. And if I say trot, I get the really smooth run. And one time he cantered by accident. I did not expect that. I said, easy, easy. He just taught me, be careful on me.
What's your favorite part about being with Saunders?
Give me more balance. Doing some trotting and barrels, doing 2-point with him, going over poles and stuff. He's a good boy.
As soon as I get around the horses, it's just like a really nice therapeutic release of stress and emotion, and you just feel like you can conquer anything.
When I leave for the day, every single day, I feel really good. I feel uplifted. Whether I'm working with the horses, with the turn in, or in the mornings, it's a great way to start the day. And if I'm working with a rider and a therapist and a horse team, it's so enriching to interact and to see the joy on other people's faces. It lifts me up.
Every time, I hope today is going to go okay, or I hope everything's going to go as planned. I hope nothing will bad happen. In the beginning, I was really, really scared, and I've felt like I've met all my goals and have that independency on the horse and myself to be successful. I feel determined.
I feel like the biggest challenge that I've overcome is just my self-esteem. I feel like I have so much more positive self-esteem. I can talk to myself more kindly now. Being a support for a horse, that you have to be the leader for them. And so I am trying to be the leader for myself as well. And so I've gained a lot of self-confidence that I never knew that I would ever have. And so the horses and being with the horses and being at CTRC has really helped me to come out of my shell, really helped me to be the person that I want to be.
If I hadn't chosen to volunteer, I'd probably be in a really bad place right now, because it can just make you open your eyes a lot more to the world, and I'd probably be a lot less happy with where I am now, because it's helped me see how much I love animals and horses, and it's helped me see how much other people can love animals and how much just horseback riding can change your view on life and change how you can live life.
My son has been riding since he was 4. He's now 18, graduating high school in 2 weeks, and going on to college. He started needing 3 volunteers. Now he has 1 person that helps keep him on track. We could see very immediately that he was having some core strength increasing, for instance. That was very immediate. Over the long term, just a level of confidence. He's generally very nervous about heights, but he'll get on a 16-hand horse. And it's like, yeah, that doesn't bother him.
Describing myself from when I started to where I am at now, when I first started, I was intimidated. Now I'm much more confident. I'm comfortable with most of the horses. I understand most of their personalities and what they're doing. And if I'm unsure about something, even as slight as a fly mask, if I'm unsure, the one thing that really makes me feel confident and comfortable being here is that I can ask anybody for a hand, or I can ask anybody for their knowledge.
Being a volunteer at CTRC has impacted my life in so many ways. By me just giving time, it brings me joy and it fills my soul, and I'm sure that I have a different energy than I did before I started volunteering here. So I think that it's just like my whole universe has changed, and it's been a very, very rewarding experience, and I love it.
Well, I like spending time around different animals, mostly horses. And I think it would be a great activity, and non-competitive is one I fit. My brother would probably do the opposite if he was my age. He's really competitive. Well, like my mom usually says, I'm optimistic. My feelings are just a little bit bigger. I like riding horses. It gives me more practice. It just makes me feel happy.
I used to be nervous about doing it. I used to be nervous about trying off lead, but now I'm not. Now I'm like, whatever, I can do it. I can take that lead rope off, and I'm gonna do it.
I really enjoy getting out there and seeing that someone is having a good experience or learning something or achieving something, and that I've been able to help them do that, even just a little bit. And when you see even just a little bit of, oh, that rider was like really lifting their head today compared to 2 weeks ago. It seems like it's a very small thing, but it feels really important. And you know that to that rider, it's really important.
I feel like I've done a good job in hard work and training, and taking my time every week to come out here every single week to train with them for 45 minutes. There's good and bad days. Trotting was one of my hardest challenges, because I thought it was scary at first, but I got excited after I knew it wasn't scary anymore. Exciting, but scary. I didn't feel like I was by myself.
Pep.
Pep, what do you like about Pep?
He's just all calm. Well, she taught me how to ride a horse without my instructor and just control it by myself with the rope. I just tried to hold on to the horse.
I think probably carrying off lead by accident. And one time the strap broke off, oops. Sometimes that happens, you know. And now it's my 14th year here, which is okay too, but I really enjoy coming here, and I could ride horses here for a very, very long time too.
This was originally going to be her activity, but it's brought us together. I think it's been some really good times where we're out mucking and just talking about things, and but yeah, I get to see the beautiful young woman that she's become as she's with her riders and her horses.
Our bond has grown a lot stronger because we just spend a lot more time together. We get to have nice conversations while we're cleaning out stalls and barn budding with our horses.
It's just something that I have to do now. It's not even something that I can compromise. I have to schedule around my time volunteering, whether it's mucking, horse leading, barn budding, whatever the task is, it has to be a part of my schedule.
I've been feeling very triumphant. Sometimes I wish to come here more because I just like being here.
Great people here and having great friends here with like Allie and Sadie, you and Kelsey.
We come into this world, and part of that is feeling safe. Do I feel safe or not safe? And when you do something nice for someone and they say thank you, when you say you're welcome, you're acknowledging that they appreciate what you did, and you're acknowledging that you did something nice. And then when you say you're welcome, you're telling that person you're welcome in my world. So then they feel safe and welcome. And isn't that what we all want? is to feel welcome and safe.
A moment I will never forget was after COVID happened and we were not allowed to come onto the property for a time. And when we were finally allowed to come back onto the property, it was the most emotional experience of my life. It was like getting married. I cried because it was like, I'm finally coming home. It feels like home here. And I missed the horses and I missed Bubba. And I just remember him nickering at me when I came to see him, and I sat outside his stall and I cried for like 20 minutes because I couldn't touch him at the time. And I was just talking to him, and I will never forget what it was like to come home after being away for so long.